Hello everyone and welcome to today's YouTube video. Today I am excited to share you with my incredible journey. Hello, I am Nidhi Charate, a full stack intern at WebStack Academy, and I pursued my MERN stack internship at WebStack Academy. This is the flow of the presentation. We'll start with the introduction, the overview of the presentation, then the goals of the internship, whatever I learned from basics to MERN stack, and then the architecture design about the internship project, how I implemented about the project, and finally concluding it. Let's start with the introduction. Hi, this is Nidhi Charate. I'm studying in Acharya Institute of Technology, Bangalore, and currently in my final year, 8th semester. And I got to know about WebStack Academy at the Bangalore Tech Summit 2023. This is me with director of WebStack Academy. And I'm receiving here the prize for the amazing quiz that they had conducted on the day 1 of the Bangalore Tech Summit. This is all about me, and the overview of the internship is that I got more knowledge on the web development side. In this internship, I learned to create websites and applications from scratch to finish, and it was really an incredible journey from learning what is REACTJS, MONGODB, Express and Node.js. From the time I have stepped into the internship, the experienced mentors and the developers have really helped us out in every step of the development, and the focus of the internship was more on the user interface development and the deployment. The goals of the internship, as we can see here, skill enhancement. There was a lot of hands-on experience that we got. There was a lot of practical application. Whatever theory knowledge we knew, we applied it to gain our practical skills. It was really a collaborative environment. Even if we had any errors, we tried to solve it by ourselves. If we were not able to solve it, then there was a discussion forum by WebStack Academy where we can post our errors and difficulties that we are facing, and there the mentors will solve our problems. The technical proficiency is where we learned about the essentials of the web development, and also it's a for the career preparation. We definitely got exposure and have gained necessary skills and experience to pursue entry-level jobs in the field of web development. Full stack development, let me tell you in brief that full stack is a developer who is skilled in both front end and back end. They can handle every aspect of the web application. So the front end consists of HTML, CSS, JAVASCRIPT, and the back end consists of the MySQL and MongoDB. And technologies, there are many other technologies also. PHP, Java, JavaScript is again used in front end also and back end also as server scripting languages. API is application programming interface like REST API, JSON format documents, and HTTP requests to connect it to the internet. And this is all about the full stack in brief. Let's go to what I learned from basics to MERN, like HTML language. Here you can see the structure. HTML tag is the opening tag and closing tag is like this. Then there is head where we write the title of the page, and the body whatever we want to display on the web page. The semantic markup includes elements like header, footer, navigation, article, aside, and in the article we can write figure, the picture, and the paragraph, the descriptions and all. The attributes, like we can see anchor tag where href is an attribute. We can use it for hyperlinking to other web pages. Then image tag allows us to put image in the web page using the source attribute. There is dynamic interaction. We learned about forms, tables, how buttons work for submitting the data, how we are supposed to validate the inputs, and all we learned in the HTML. Then in CSS we learned that CSS is cascading style sheets, where it is used for the presentation and styling of a HTML document. The structure is comprising, like, this is called as a CSS rule, where this is called as a selector. This is in selector, that is the element selector. Here P is paragraph tag, and color is the property, and red is the value, and this whole thing is called as a declaration 1. This is declaration 2, where I am aligning the text in the center of the document. Then we learnt about the famous box model, which conceptualizes content, padding, borders. This is the top, right, bottom, left. Then here we can see the width of the element, the height of the element. This is the padding, the gap between the content and the border. The border is above. This provides a space between the margins and the border. This is a margin, that means the space between the content and the web page. Then we learnt a lot of visual representations, like the topography for text styling, the properties for structural organization, then modern layouts like flexbox and grid, how we are supposed to incorporate it in the CSS files. Then, and it also gives us a responsive design. There are 3 ways that CSS can be incorporated, that is internal, inline and external. Inline is where the style attribute we are using in the element tag only, opening tag itself. Then internal CSS, we are using the style tag between the head tag. Here is a style opening tag, and here is a style closing tag, and here is our selector rule over here, you can see. And then external CSS means we create a different document with .css extension, then we link it in the head tag using this link tag in the head tag. Then we go on to the learning JavaScript, which is a very versatile programming. As such, we use it in the front end and the back end coding also. There we learnt about the key concepts of variable, data types, function, DOM manipulation. DOM is a document object model. That is in the HTML document we have the root element, which is the HTML opening tag, which has head and body. In the head we write the title. So here it is a my title text node. This is element node. This is the root node. So in the body there is h1 tag, which has text, heading tag, and also a tag, which is hyperlinking, has a hyperlinking attribute href, and text link text. And prominently two types which is vastly used in enhancing the user experience to add interactivity of website is internal scripts of the JavaScript, where script tag is used in the HTML file itself, and this is how here the JavaScript code goes. And in the external we write it an extension.js file, and then we write the reference of the HTML file in the head tag, as we did same as for the CSS. Now we'll see what I learned in the MERN stack. MERN is nothing but the front end, back end logic server, and the database. Here MERN refers to M is for the MongoDB, E is for the EXPRESSJS, which looks after the server, R is the React, the front end part, and N is the NODEJS, the back end logic part. REACTJS is a JavaScript library which was developed by the Facebook. In this we learnt about the JSX component, state props, virtual DOM, and also the router, React router DOM. And here are the some features of the REACTJS. JSX is embedded in HTML like code within the JavaScript, which is easier to write the JavaScript components. Components are basically the logic and the UI element that are reusable in nature, and state is an internal data storage. mechanism in React components which stores the data dynamically. Props are short for properties and parameters that we pass in the state for making them dynamic and configurable for receiving and displaying data. Virtual DOM is not a virtual document object which updates the part of the UI as and when it is rendering and changing the data according to the user inputs. Then we learnt about the redux, that is in the view, if suppose the user is doing, as in we can see in this flowchart, it clicks, then some action is created, that action is dispatched to the store. Store is a file where the current state and new state are stored and tracked. So then this store will see what was the previous state and the new action. The reducer will validate and send it in a new state, and the store will send the current state to the view of the user, so the state changes. Then in Redux is an open source JavaScript library. Store is nothing but it uses a single store per application, and the reducer is actually the business logic. Suppose if we are adding or deleting, so that all logic is stored in the reducer. Then Redux also helps these applications to scale well, to manage the state via the unidirectional flow of data. Going on to the next, that is the NodeJS. NodeJS is an open source cross-platform. We use the npm command line interface. React renders the UI components on the front end, while Node.js manages the server-side communication. We use the npm command line for communicating with the packages and the registry directly from a terminal console. The synergy between React and Node.js is really a magical tool which builds good responsive web applications. Here we can see the web server. Whenever user makes a request, there is an event loop, there is an event queue and a thread pool. So whenever the operation is complete, it will go into the event queue, then it will compute, database and file system will go on. Whatever the request is there, it goes in thread pool, then all these things will happen, that will see in the database, the file system, then computation will happen, then it goes through the thread pool, then the operation, when it is complete in the event loop, it is stored in the event queue. So when that event will occur, that event will show on the UI of the user. This is how the event loop allows the node to perform IO operations despite that the JavaScript is single threaded. So Node.js helps multi-threaded environment also. Next we see that EXPRESSJS. EXPRESSJS is a very lightweight framework. It helps basically the node to handle the routes and HTTP requests and makes it easier to create robust and scalable application. It's actually the middleware function. It increases the functionality of the middleware functions to handle various tasks like authentication and error handling. And EXPRESSJS is used because that it can be easily integrated into the applications. Going on to the next, that is the MongoDB is a NoSQL database tool. It uses JSON-like documents like the BSON, that is a binary form of the JSON data. Now in MongoDB, every field in the documents is indexed with primary and secondary indices, which makes it easier and less time to search the data from a very lot of data. So MongoDB is very compatible with collections and documents, and it's also suitable for like the hierarchical storage of data, and it also provides us with dynamic schemas. API. We use the POSTMAN API tool to build, test and modify APIs. POSTMAN is used. In our project we used API like messengers that let different apps talk to each other. So we have implemented get, post, put, patch type of HTTP request in our environment, so that it's converting the API code for our JavaScript language. Now here's the architecture design of how actually the MERN application works. So in the there are three layers: client layer, business logic layer, and the database layer. In this client layer, client is us as users who open the browser and start the app on our desktop or mobile. So we click some button so that HTTP request goes into the Express application, which runs on the node server. This is the application server where actually our business logic layer is there. So then suppose if the client is requesting some data, so it goes to request the data in the MongoDB database, and if the data is found, then data response is sent to the server and eventually to the user's UI. And then this is how the MERN application works. Let's see in more detail. Here the React is working as the front end for the client, where the data requested, it goes to the NODEJS server. It parses the request so that it's easy for the EXPRESSJS or the server to understand what data is required. Then the EXPRESSJS asks the MongoDB for the data. The MongoDB returns the required data to the Express, and the request is in turn sent to the Node.js. Then the Node.js parses the request in such a way that it can be displayed on the UI. So the data eventually is sent to the React and gets displayed on the user's computer or mobile. Now let's see our implementation part. Welcome to the implementation part. This is where all the code of the project is been written. Project is HomelyHub. I have renamed it to TravelHive, a platform where a user or a traveler can book in farmhouse, luxury apartments, stays while they are traveling or they want for a vacation. So this is that platform where now you can see all the properties. This property is in Goa, price is 12,200 per night, and there are more properties on the next page. So there are a total of properties. This is the MongoDB database. There are a total of 16 properties, and currently there are no bookings because there are no users. So let's log in, become a user, and you can click on this logo to go back to the home page. And let's click here and put our email, password. Oh shit, we are not a user currently. So let's register as a new user. Put our name as student, Gmail as student@gmail.com, password. And put a random phone number and register. Okay, so now let me log out. And if I forgot my password, which I put currently, I forgot it, so what should I do? Click on forgot password, enter your email and send email. Now in your email there will be a email sent where you can change the password. Now our email has come into the inbox. Let's see here in the inbox there is a one message. Let me open my inbox. Here I can see your password reset token valid for 10 minutes. So click here, and here I'll click on the reset password button. Now you can see TravelHive new password button has come. So let me put a new password. and set password. Now that the password has successfully changed, let me go back to our website here and click here on login. I'll put my email, now new password, and click on login. There we go, that the user has logged successfully. Now let's see our search features. Now I'll type a destination Goa. I'll put some start date and end date for this week. I'll add guests like 2. I will go with 2 guests. I'll search and see I get 2 apartments in Goa. One is 1200 per night, another one is 4500 per night. I'm on a budget, but I want the luxury apartment, so I'll click here. This is the apartment details or the property details page. Here you can see the description, how many guests you can bring into the property, what it offers, and where is the location, and also some extra information. And from this interface I can directly book the stay over here. I'll again search using filters. I'll search using filters. So I'll type suppose in my stay any price is okay. I want suppose a hotel of any type, a hotel with a room which has a Wi-Fi and AC and a pool, and I click on apply filters. See, there is a search SRS suits in Bangalore which offers, so I can book this place by putting all the details over here. But now what if I want to go to Munnar? So I'll put Munnar and click on search. So now here I can book the Munnar farmhouse, which is just 2800 per night, and I'll just put the start. Let's do the booking of this place. I'll put the start and the end date. I'll put the number of guests as 2. If your maximum guest is 8, if I put 9, it will not accept the booking. So I'll put 2 guests because it can accept up to 8 guests. So I'll put my name as student, and I'll put a random phone number, and I'll book this place. Now here is the payment gateway interface. So I'll enter my card details. This are the dummy details. I'll put the expiry and the card CVV, and I'll click on pay. Now you can see my booking is done, and let me see in the payment gateway where the booking has come or not. So let me refresh this page. Today is 12th of April, so let's see if 12th of April payment has come or not. Meanwhile, we will see that this is the booking that is showing that I have booked the property from this date to this date for 3 nights in Munnar farmhouse, and a total price of 8,400. If I click on this, so in the payment gateway now we can see that 8,400 amount is already there. So our payment is done. So now we can see the booking information here in the booking details page. So let me go back. This is the booking details, my bookings, and I can see my bookings. I will go on my account. There are more features on my profile, so I will click on edit profile. I'll change my name to student 1. I'll change my last digits of the phone number, and I'll choose an avatar in mine which is less than 20 KB. I'll open it. Now you can see the avatar is updated here, and I'll click on update. Now you can see that my avatar, my name, my details and all are updated. Now let me show you where my avatar updated is stored on the cloud management system. Your avatar is there. I click here. It's a bit slow, and you can see there are one asset, that is this image. Let me open this folder. This image is there, which is my icon over here. So not only this feature, there is also one more feature, that is my accommodations. I can add a new place. That accommodation not available means that currently I have not added any accommodation. That means the user can rent his or own apartment, or any other new hotel user can also put a new place on it. Let me just write villa, some like exotic villa. I'll add area as some Mumbai area, and state is Maharashtra. Pin code I'll write 4006001. Here you can add images also, but you can upload up to 5 images. First we'll write a description. You can write anything in the description. Exotic stay at exotic villa with luxury amenities. Come stay and enjoy. Property tab, I'll put it as, suppose it is a hotel. Room is like a room. Then amenities will give it as Wi-Fi, pool, AC, kitchen, okay, then washing machine, TV, but no free parking. We'll charge for parking. There's no extra information. Default extra information will come. Check-in time, suppose 11:25. This is 24-hour clock, and check-out will keep it as 2:30. Maximum guest is 4 people, and price will charge us 22,000. And then we'll just check. We have not uploaded image, so let's search for villa images. So I have so many villa images. Just I will click one. Just copy the image address. I'll just paste the image address. Add villa images inside. I'll just type. So I'll just click any one page for sample. Okay, this will take copy image address. So like this, we have to put like 5 images. Let me choose some other images like the bedroom. Okay, this is the hall area. Simply I'll add this photo 2 more times and copy image address and just paste it 1 more time. Okay, so we have the images, our name, area, photos, property type, room, and then all the amenities, no extra information, price and all is set, and we have saved it. And let's check in the database whether it has come or not. Let me just refresh it. So in properties, in array format, we'll see. Now you can see that exotic villa is there. Even you can see the user is the student 1. It's updated, and bookings also is there for 8,400, which we did. This is the MongoDB interface. And let's go back to this. See, exotic villa, 17th property. So see, here it is there, exotic villa. All the images are there. This is the image gallery button. Here you can see all the images. You can click cross. You can see all the amenities listed here. This is the location. and this is the extra information by default. This is the property details page. We go to the home page, and this is the project. From here also I can change password by putting my current password, new password. I can confirm the new password. From this interface also it will work. Then bookings, you can see the bookings here. My accommodation, I added accommodation, check-in time, check-out time, address, maximum number of guests, and price. Everything is visible, and it got added at the end here. This is the header of the page. This is a footer, you can see. And then this is the implementation part of our platform TravelHive, which is made using the MERN stack. Now that we have seen our implementation part, now I would like to conclude that the WSA internship was an incredible journey, and I have gained a lot of technical skills which equip me with a lot of confidence and ability to tackle challenges in the field. So it was a great hands-on learning experience. Thank you WebStack Academy, and thank you.